If you're a heating air conditioning technician or even a salesperson, what's a word track that you can use when you hit some friction with a buyer, and why is it important? This is a super important question. I'm Scott Sylvan Bell. I'm coming to you live from South Point, Hawaii on a perfect day to talk about sales and a perfect day to talk about you. And you're like, Scott, why South Point? Well, one, because I'm here, and two, because I wanted to bring the heat, right? You think of South and you think of the devil, you think of all the stuff, and it gets hot here at South Point. It's dry, it's windy. Today's dry and windy. But today we're going to talk about a word track that you can use. And if you don't know what a word track is, it's part of a sales conversation. It's a snippet of a script that you can modify and adapt to use on your own. And today we're talking about friction in the sales process. There's going to be a point where you butt heads, right? You got friction, friction with your buyer, okay? And so like you need to put a bookmark in that conversation. Like if you were able to drop a bookmark in there, here is the word track. Now we're getting somewhere. Now we can have the important conversation. Now we're getting somewhere. Now we can have the important conversation. And here's what's going to happen is you're going to look around and people are going to go and do their woo-saw in whatever way that they do it. And so I want to say about a month ago, I was talking to a business owner that wanted to sell their company, and they wanted this much money, and the company was worth this much money. And I offered them this much money. And they said, well, why is that? And I said, now that we've broken the ice, we can have the important conversation. Now we're getting somewhere, right? Now we can have this conversation. And they said, well, what conversation do we need to have? And I said, well, based upon the factors of your business, your service, your monthly reoccurring revenue, you know, some of your billing, some of your accounts receivable, you think your company's worth up here. And I could see where you would think that, you know, that's cool. I get that. But realistically, it's like somewhere in here. And they appreciated the fact that I was willing to have the adult conversation, willing to put on the big boy pants, willing to put on the big girl pants, willing to have the moral courage that nobody else had to. And this is why you should join my email list. I'll give you the goods, not in the Facebook group, not in the YouTube channel, which means private coaching, private training, discounted coaching, discounted training, and other cool stuff. Like at some point I do sell things because I got to pay for my bad habits. You know, medium rare ribeyes, aloha shirts, trip to Hawaii, all things that you need to know. Not that big of a deal, but you know, at some point I'm probably going to hit you up and say, hey, pay me some money. Pay me some money. You got to be willing to put that bookmark in the conversation when you're talking with people of now we're getting somewhere. Now we can have the important conversation. I'm glad you asked that question. I'm happy you brought up that topic. I know that this is important to you. And then continue on. There's nothing wrong with like closing the bookend, right? Like, whew, I'm so glad you brought this up. Now we can have the important conversation. You could use it that way, or you could turn it into a forward question or a reverse question. Forward question would be like, now that we've brought this topic up, can we have the important conversation, right? Now that you brought this topic up, would you be opposed to having this conversation? So one is a yes, one is a no. It just depends upon your personality, which one that you want. Yes is a yes set, no is a no set, right? You got to love the Chris Voss techniques. Love that dude, by the way. Chris, if you ever see my videos, we should do an interview. So be aware that it's perfectly fine and perfectly normal for you to take some time and drop that part of the conversation. You got one of three things to do from here. Just one of three. Find the subscribe button, click on it. Every time I send out a video, you'll get an update. 2, hit follow if this is social media. 3, share this video with a friend. Tag them. Say, hey, I like this Scott Sylvan Bell dude. He's cool. He goes to all sorts of awesome places. Today, I'm coming to you live from South Point here. You want to see what it looks like? Over there, people jump off the rock. We're going to pass the A-pillar. Look at this. Looks like it's going to be a fantastic sunset. It'd be an oranges like right there at the bottom of the horizon with these clouds in the way. And then out that direction is Kona. There you go. I just want to let you know I appreciate you. We'll see you soon. Thanks for watching. Aloha and mahalo.